Nevada Virtual Academy, you're back. Proficiency exam, we are ready for one more problem. What are the x-intercepts of the graph of the following equation, right? Y equals x squared plus 5x plus 4. And if you guys remember, if you have a quadratic equation that's given to you, if this quadratic equation will have roots, right? Which that means that the quadratic's graph, let me use a different color, will cross the x-axis, and this intercepts, right? Let's say x1 and x2 will be also your roots, and for these two values your y will be what? Y is going to be 0, right? Because they're on the x-axis. So that's what you have to do in here. You have to rewrite your equation x squared plus 5x plus 4 and make it equal to 0. There are many ways to solve this problem. First of all, look if it's a perfect square, which is not. Look to see if you have any common factors. We have no one, right? See if there are ways to factor in. And I bet they are, because obviously, there are 4 options here. One of them better be the right answer, because otherwise they made a mistake. If you can find 2 binomials whose product is going to be this trinomial here, well, the first term is going to be x, right? Because if you remember the FOIL, you multiply the first terms and they should give you x squared. The last term has to be 4. Now, checking the sign of every one of these terms here, because it's positive, I know for sure that my x will be having in each one of the binomials a number, a positive number, right? Added to will be a positive number, which means my roots will be negative both. So now you can eliminate without doing anything else some of your answers. G, positive, negative number, positive number, not good. H, negative number, positive number, not good. J, negative number, positive number, not good, right? Because here my 2 binomials will have addition inside, right? I mean, there will be 2 numbers added, 2 terms added in each one of the binomials, because their product is positive 4, their sum is also positive. So there is no way for me to have 2 numbers whose product is positive, and for that case you can have 2 negatives, 2 positives. But if you have 2 negatives and if you add them, their sum, which is the middle term here, should be negative, which in this case is not, is positive, which tells me that here I will have a number A and the number B, both positive. But then if you make each one of this equal to 0, your roots are going to be negative, and that's why F is the answer. I'm done. However, if you want to find out if you did it right, you can say, hey, this is going to be x plus a number times x plus another number, which we said is what? 4 and 1, and that should be equal to 0, my equation. Now, see if you FOIL these two numbers, if that product is going to give you x squared plus 5x plus 4. Let's see. First, right? X times x squared. O means multiplying the outer terms, x times 1 plus x. I stands for inner terms, 4 times x plus 4x. And then you have L for the last terms, 4 times 1 plus 4. Combine your like terms, and this is going to be x squared plus 5x plus 4. Yes, indeed, we're good. And, if you don't remember the factoring, you can use the quadratic formula, which tells you that x1 and 2 equals what? Minus b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. If your delta, which is b squared minus, my pen is minus 4ac, is greater than or equal to 0, you have roots. Otherwise, there are no real roots for this equation. But like I said, we solved it in a simpler way. Uh, you shouldn't care if this will be an exam. Shouldn't care about showing all the ways you solved it. All that you should care for would be to get the right answer for that problem, for that exam. In class, we're talking about a different story. Okay, thank you.